This is not only my favorite restaurant in Germany, probably in all Europe. I did my top five list. It's in the top five list. Beautiful weather. We are getting our aperitif, which is champagne, Bilkar salmon rosé outside. Volatile sonora. Today we are trying the menu degustation. Started ouverture they call, which is the amuse-bouche. We are getting them here and goes. First amuse, a little tartlet with pear, veal tartare, and iced foie gras. So what you see, this like shavings is iced foie gras. This is the second amuse. You see a crostini, or I'll say more like a waffle with creme fraiche, beetroot, chives, and caviar. I forgot there's also eel. This is excellent, really. The flavors work very well together. They also have wonderful bread rolling table, which we chose. Some dark bread, some sardo. The rolls, olive rolls, they are very good. One thing I don't agree with my wife with the food, I prefer butter without salt. That's from Normandy. The other is with salt. With the third one is cake. This is, as you see, an oyster with N25 caviar from China and cucumber jelly, and crisp lettuce. The fourth amuse is a vichyssoise, like a gelée, sour cream, garden herbs, and a little croutons. So the server didn't mention, but I'm getting the taste of some smoked fish, maybe eel, but more likely a little smoked haddock. The fifth and last anise is egg royale with garden herbs and radish and trout caviar and a little turbo fish pieces inside. I chose Blanier to go with most of the foods, but with the first course for Grey Cruise, they recommended dry Riesling 2014 vintage, which is a cooler vintage from Traben Trabach. Picture we are staying there from Martin Mullen, Rivine. So it's a dry Riesling. So it's important they say because it's not too sweet. Let's see how it tastes with the food. In the first course of the tasted menu, you have a thin layer of goose chili foie gras. The red on top is like a plum jelly. Then crayfish. You have some flowers, crunchy lettuce. The vinaigrette is lime and walnut. Peas, and surrounding the peas, the white dots are sucking. So let's see how it blends all together. This type of terre combination, foie gras, crevice. He likes acidity, and he uses the chef use of acidity freshness. To me is impeccable. I mean, optimal. I like the fact that you eat so much, but obviously you get full, but you don't feel that you cannot eat anymore till the very end. I first tasted the Ecrovis Belgium, they say, separately than all together. Very successful. The Ecrovis is juicy, excellent. With a great salad. Foie gras adds to it. It's like a foie gras dish. They all blend together very well, and the peas imparts the touch bitterness. Both texture and the calibration of flavors are impressive. It goes really well with that 2014 Trocken dry Riesling, whose acidity is not overly pronounced and dry yet at the same time fruity, is complementing quite well this dish where plum also imparts that type of fruitiness to the dish. This dish is very successful. It's extremely harmonious. Just one thing, they wrongly translated. They said peas. After you eat, that bitterness is certainly not peas, it's fava beans. I should also emphasize that the foie gras, the goose foie gras was amazing. The creaminess is very fresh. This is a classic of the house. There are four elements: roasting, then Simmental beef tartare, hand cut, crème fresh and caviar and 25. This part of the menu degustation. Then they put 15 grams caviar. I think it's aussi a trap. If you get it a la carte, 20 grams caviar, and you can choose your caviar also, whatever the level. Yeah, matching it, very interesting. This one with like a manzanilla, I think it's from the San Lucas, but it's not fortified, so it's Palomino fino, right? You really have that this, characteristic of a manzanilla, that means that sea spray, oyster-like, quite complex, low acidity, not fruity wine, and that touch oxidative. And I think it's a brilliant match with this dish. I congratulate Marco, the new director and sommelier. This is the one. I paired it with my blani, which works, but maybe touch too fruity, although Chardonnay is not too fruity, but for this, but it worked really brilliantly with the Palomino, the wine, low alcohol, and because it is salty, the salinity, and not fruity, and very smooth, touch oxidative, worked brilliantly with the raw meat and caviar. I want to show you the last bite. The point is, I try it with more thin slice, getting less of the whole thing to my mouth, and then more. More is better here. I usually don't like big bites, but here, somehow to get the complexity, the texture difference, and the complementarity of flavors, which are tasted and brilliant, I think it's better to eat a little thicker slice. The chef is very good with langoustine. It's coming from Guilvenec, the langoustine, Brittany. This time he makes beurre blanc with vanilla. And there's braised lettuce at the bottom. Orange gremolata, so orange, little garlic, parsley. There's some herbs, some peas, some amaranth, I think, and little buckwheat for crunchiness. And I think that will go quite well now with 2018 Blangy, Choix de Bois, Premier Cru from Bruno Lorenzo. I should add that in the sauce of the langoustine, there is a little bit braised veal cheek jus with the acidity imparted by the orange goes very well. A little bit caramelized orange, and also is it some thin slices of veal cheek. So altogether, they go very well. I think the chef is very good in imparting some rustic elements to some dishes. Like yesterday, we came with the lamb. The jus here is the lamb head, jus from the lamb head. Plus, he used the lamb tongue. He combined it with the herb hollandaise, which also went beautifully to the whole dish, blended very well. And here too, that little more elements of terroir, I would say, rustic elements, with a very refined dish, create altogether a very explosive taste. So he never compromises from taste in favor of aesthetics or other considerations. This is a very harmonious dish with also good depth of taste. This time, a lobster from Saint Malo, again in Brittany, grilled, and then they call it stew because I asked why it's grilled. It's grilled. The stew is they make like a bisque. They call it stew from lobster head with leek oil, and there's some vegetables, fava beans, green onion, braised lettuce, and leek oil. They say, let's see how it tastes. This was another Trenton dish, and the chef is a great saucier. I think in the bisque also had it will lighten it. Maybe there's butter, but I got something also with that imparted acidity and touch depth. I believe either Cher or Van Jean, if you ask that. Also, the cooking of lobster was super. I like, say, Bruno version. He would have appreciated that. Grilled was so perfect. It was very juicy. It was cooked, but really soft and flavorful. Overall, it's a great dish. I had lobster dishes from him before, and this is, I will say, overall the best. Now I understand the sauce because I get like a nutty wine, but sweet also. The nuttiness is coming from nut butter that they use. The sweetness beer in Ashwize they use. And they use a little pad, a little marjoram. Amazing sauce. I think the chef right now is a great saucier. Unfortunately, French started imitating Spanish, and Spanish don't make, unfortunately, balanced sauces because they don't use butter. They have an obsession about that, and sauces are one-sided. They are too strong. You get tired in many degustation. Too much reduction, too salty. Without butter, without freshness, without wine, without compensating countervailing forces, let's say, or compensating elements vis-a-vis stock, they become unbalanced. So this is amazing. Even the most minute detail, the pear too, that sweetness, and the marjoram's savory. And this is a great sauce, very great dish. So now we have the turbo coming. Now we have grilled turbo. Underneath there is some herbs, perilla, that's mint-like herb, white asparagus and spring morels, and the sauce is Pedro Jimenez and brown butter. Now the restaurant is a very, very good sommelier. This is Marco, and he brought this wine. I looked at it, tasted it, and I got it right. I thought little aged Marsan, which is correct, is Hermitage Gigal ex voto 2012. He wanted me to try it with the turbo dish, and we'll see. I think Chardonnay life, so I bought the Blagny and the Hermitage. Another very good dish, actually, besides white asparagus, there's also green asparagus. Morale was amazing, very good, perfect season. I like the turbo, perfectly cooked, really meaty, nice gelatin. Sauce is great. Wine is interesting because Pedro Jimenez imparts little sweetness body. Chardonnay works, but a little too thin. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Merceau Perrier may work, but the Hermitage worked really, really well. In 2012, it says a great structure. It's more body than the Blagny, and oak here works because clearly there's a good use of oak in this wine. And there was a touch oxidation, which somehow makes extremely well the sauce. I think it's an excellent sommelier. This restaurant, that level really needed a great sommelier. And now they have one great, great meal. Turbo is very good. It's not going to dethrone Elcano on the whole turbo, but excellent. This is a Brittany turbo, big, fat, good, nice gelatin too in the turbo. Probably cuts from the bone. The sauce is very complex. Pedro Jimenez, the beurre blanc, beurre noisette. It went really, really well with the ex voto 2012 Gigal Hermitage. The Chardonnay is good, but this Chardonnay is still elegant and doesn't have the tension required for the sauce. There are two elements in Marsan which went very well with the dish. One is that beurre noisette, and there's the nutty quality in that Gigal wine, Hermitage. And the second is that there was touch oxidation in the wine because made 2012, which went very well with the Pedro Jimenez used in the sauce. So overall, the Hermitage is very good tension, quite complex. alone, you can enjoy that wine. What with the churro and that sauce, this is perfect. Final course. This is the duck from Chalon, France. The thick piece. On top, you have the pieces bacon and the sauce from the braised leg. There is a liver stuffed dumpling and bok choy, broccoli, and there is a hollandaise with ginger. And the wine with this, actually, came yesterday. We had a bottle. It was amazing. I love the wine. I took long with the sommelier, but discovering a new wine. This I'm surprised because it's Blau Frankish, which I never had that good. That's very elegant, almost like a Grand Cru Bourgogne. Of course, different, but there is that kirsch, there is that elegance, very suave, very sensual wine with long finish. Old wines from the Bartholdi is the name of the wine. The winemaker, hard to say for me correctly, but Guts or Gut or Gau, and the year 2017. Clearly, old wines. We have the old wine creaminess and with a very nice structure. The photo on top or the design is like shows this more aged wine. Apparently, they make too many wines with different figures depending on the age of the wine. So this is the what you get for that older wines. I think it will be great match with Duck. Yesterday it was a very good match with Limousine Lamb. This dish is another optim, I said great dish. I'm really excited with meat, but this was very, very good. Perfect quality, perfect cooking. The skin is so crisp. Apparently, a little bacon. I thought nuts first, with bacon and sugar in the skin or honey. Made very crisp and nice. Sauces are amazing. The Japanese plum vinegar and maybe some spices in the sauce gave really depth, just the right type of fruitiness. Also, the vegetables are crunchy, very, very good quality. The dumpling was very light, flavorful. And finally, the hollandaise itself is almost textbook and goes really well with the dish overall. Lightens it, it goes with the vegetables, and the wine is amazing, so elegant. Overall, the whole thing is a triumph. Yesterday with langoustine, I had that amazing mango in with lime, caramel. Now the same Indian mango with a caramelized butter and passion fruits, I think kuli, and with rum and coconut ice cream. It sounds a good combination to me. But first, I'll finish by that amazing Blau Frankish one. It's a very, very good mango one or coconut. And I think the flavors, they very well together. They blend well. Quite impressive pre-dessert. Final course is combining in the tart wild strawberries from Malaga as well as gariguette, French strawberries, fromage blanc at the bottom. You don't see, we don't see, I don't see. On top there is a herb ice cream, and then there's a sabayon with yuzu. This was also excellent. Last dessert, very fresh, strawberry, flavorful, aromatic, and fraise de bois also. Sabayon, perfect with yuzu, fromage blanc. Also, very little dough. It really is like I'm a great believer in desserts based on fruits, and if the fruit is perfect, you don't need a dessert to me, especially late spring, summer, like we are now in spring. And these are, in my opinion, perfect desserts. It's a great meal. Now we finish with coffee. So we began here, we end here for weather is pretty good for beginning May. Petit four. I think I probably only taste the strawberry and the opera.